Saturday in October. A simple name and a complex rivalry. For one side, the Big Orange is just not a color they can sit with, and the other side, Crimson, has them seeing red. Easy to assume everyone here has a lighter in hand, and now we get to see who will use it. On the banks of the Tennessee River, Neyland Stadium in Knoxville. It's the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Tennessee Volunteers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Tennessee started out strong, but limped to the finish line in the SEC last year, going just 4-4. There is work to be done. They did not get extra eligibility for their quarterback, but known as the quarterback whisperer, Josh Heupel looks to rebuild at Tennessee. Guys, back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Alabama Crimson Tide offense will take the field for the first possession of this game. Crimson Tide dominated the last time they saw the Vols blowing out Tennessee.
Man, Reese, it was roll tide roll as soon as they got off the bus. David, they were bigger, they were stronger and faster, and it showed up on the scoreboard.
And Tennessee hasn't forgotten about it. You've had a year to stew on it and do something about it because you had a lot of mistakes a year ago.
Give him 9 on that one, sets up a 2nd and 1.
He does a really good job being decisive, getting downhill, being a great runner. And guess what? You know how easy offense is when you get me at 2nd and short, 2nd and medium. Everything in the playbook is open to me.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Running inside, it's Hill. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Mack from the gun on 3rd down. He's taking the shot. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. Takes it on the return. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Volunteers offense will come out to go on the attack for the first time. A big challenge in this matchup is for the linebackers to be able to hold their ground, something they haven't always been successful at doing. Got a man, it's Jackson. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the 1st down.
Well, what you know about Josh Heupel in this offense is they're explosive, and they always seem to have a dude outside at wide receiver. They normally have multiple guys like that. You obviously lose Chris Brazzell, a big-time playmaker for the Vols, and they're going to have to replace that, David, but they've done such a good job recruiting and developing. There's no question in my mind they're going to find guys that can go on the outside and hurt you.
They find those guys with speed, right? And they create so much space in this offense. Now, make no mistake about it. This is a run-first offense, and I love the way they do it, but developing that chemistry out wide, finding their new guys. They found them a year ago quickly. They stepped up. They made plays. Who's going to be their playmakers this season?
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. He's a tough, crafty back, but he couldn't find his way to the marker, and it'll be 4th down.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
The Vols line up to punt it away. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. The Tide ready to roll on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Despite all the bitterness in the Alabama-Auburn rivalry, to many, this game, Alabama-Tennessee, has the richest tradition and carries the most importance.
And you think of some of the legends that have trolled the sidelines in this rivalry, right? Paul Bear Bryant, Johnny Majors, Nick Saban. This has been such a critical game, not just in the SEC, but all across college football as well, Dave.
Yeah, in 1901, going back that far, this rivalry, the fans absolutely don't like each other. They don't like anything about each other. Every time the other team's playing, they're cheering against them. This game has always meant a lot.
The noise reverberating off the checkerboards in Neyland on third down. Now here's Mack. Throws to the wideout. It's complete. Such a big part to convert these third downs, and they've got it at the 42.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Again, it's Mack. Here's a heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And that's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Maybe some room here. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Makes the grab. Can't get him to the ground.
Slants are very tough to cover, but they become way tougher when you've got a big body wide receiver like that. It's almost like basketball where he's boxing you out. He gets inside real quick, uses that big body to shield you off, and even if you're playing man-to-man, you just got to get him on the ground and try to disrupt him some way.
The Crimson Tide can't dig into that playbook here on second and short. Throwing Mack. Fires to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. The sudden change on the turnover, man, he was looking for running room. Couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
So the Vols offense takes the field to start this drive. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive. Turning it on! Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Gets it to him on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. And you just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Finds his man out of the backfield. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Coaches look at this stat every single football game. How do you execute on 3rd down? And a lot of times, man, it's about being in position and making plays, and that's exactly what he did. The right spot, breaking on the football, being physical, setting the tone in this football game.
Catch is made at the 15. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Austin Mack. Complete.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel, but in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. The option look. Now the pitch. And he's swallowed up immediately. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like, really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mack. He's going to run it. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And, man, I absolutely love that from this quarterback. He is not a blazer. He's not going to outrun any defensive backs on the field. But I love when you take the space that a defense gives you. They want to play a certain coverage. They want to leave up all that space open. Nice job taking off, running early in the football game, setting the tone, showing the defense that you're willing to run.
Fires to the big fella.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the cornerback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Mack hauls it in, runs through a man, and he might have some space. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! He got a step and just dusted the field. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the final 53 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. Fielded in the end zone, it's Staley. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The run inside. It's Bishop. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Back to pass. Right on the money on the slant. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
For an offense, slant routes against man coverage are really a rhythm throw. You take your steps, you get the ball out, it's got to be in a good location. Quarterback and receiver on the same page there.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Wants to throw it again, and why not? Missed his receiver there, it's incomplete.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Got his man on the right. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
It's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
And the Vols are moving quickly down the field. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Bishop. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. We'll get a stoppage here for an injured player for the Tide. Training staff checking out this junior defensive tackle. We hope this is not serious and he gets back in the fray shortly. The Volunteers will have it 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. Not this time. After finding running room on the previous play, nowhere to go this time around as the defense rises up.
And I know when we talk Josh Heupel offenses at Tennessee, we always talk about tempo and going fast and deep shots down the field. But, David, one thing we also know is that he is committed to running the football. And Bishop, after a phenomenal year, a year ago, running for over 1,000 yards, you know they're going to be balanced, and you know they're going to feature him.
They're going to feature him, they're going to run him a lot, and they're going to run him at a fast pace, right? That's what they've done, and they've been so good at it. It's not just the early ground game that you got to worry about. It's the wear-out factor late. They usually commit to the run game. They committed to Bishop last year. He got over 1,000 yards and looking to improve upon that this year.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Oh, he dropped it. He had the pick in his hands and a chance for one of his patented big plays, and he couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
They kick it away on 4th down. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. From the gun, running back gets to give. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Throwing Mack. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. There he goes. Just what they were looking for, a huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
I think that's a play the quarterback would like to have back. I'm not sure that's exactly who the ball was intended for. He had another open target on the other side of the field that he just missed.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. He's got it on the right. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Big third down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. Now here's Mack. Pocket breaking down. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
On third and long, you know what's coming. It's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the fourth down.
They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Off the play fake on first down. Fires to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
They'll run play action. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Scooped it, scored it, into the end zone. Touchdown Tide.
There is nothing better than watching a big boy do what he was born to do. Ball on the turf, the big fella scoops it up, and Palmer, thank God he didn't have to go far.
You know what? The thing I love about this too, David, is he never quit on the play. He pursued it, showed great effort. He was Johnny on the spot, bounced right into his belly. They may want to put this guy on short yardage goal line because he has a nose for the end zone.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. The scoop and score, what a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball, they wanted to do something with it, and they did. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Looking to fire. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Well, you're seeing a complete effort right now by this football team. Their offense has been doing their part, scoring points. They've got a big lead, and the defense right now is just shutting the opponent out. So good against the run and so athletic, and they have the ability to rush the passer. As you saw right there, getting the sack. We're only in the first quarter, but they're right now winning this game in all 3 phases.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on third down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
And the Volunteers will call on their punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He gets a block. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. This should be the last play of the quarter. Makes the quick grab. They'll make the stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. As we get a look at some stats, this is the best start they could have hoped for. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. Austin Mack gets it to the back. Oh, what a cut! Caught, and he's got room. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the second quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
Alabama hit him with a big pass play. Will they keep slinging it? Running inside. It's Hill. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's second and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
Tight end now in motion. Mack throws to the wideout. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back.
And that was another ball thrown in harm's way. And this young man, he already has one interception. That was almost a second. Just playing a little bit loose with the football. Let's make sure we get that dialed in. We can't make those mistakes. Hard to win games when you make big mistakes.
On third and short, they'll go to the power running game. He stopped short of the sticks. They're still in field goal range if they choose to kick it here.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Right down the boulevard. It's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Number 45, set to advance on the football.
On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. So here is the Tennessee offense. They've fallen into this big hole, and they are pretty desperate for answers right now. First play of the drive, wants to throw. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Well, this offensive coordinator has to be scratching his head because he's trying to keep his quarterback protected. He's trying different things, sliding the offensive line, keeping tight ends and running backs in, chipping, going empty, and getting the ball out quickly, but it's not working. They're just losing the one-on-one battles up front, and in the second half looking forward, I don't know if they're going to be able to fix it.
Let's see if they can get out of their own way on 2nd and long from the 8. Back to pass. Snagged out of the air. Oh, there might have been trouble if they hadn't knocked him down so quickly.
I love quarterbacks that are decisive and that put the mustard on the passes. When you need to put the ball on a line in a hurry with some extra hot sauce, you have to do it. Good job by the quarterback understanding zone and hitting that curl.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Zings it complete to the right. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. Oh, he got loose. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit, but they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Right back to the well. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he wants it all. It's a big stride inside the 10. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got to be able to score points on this drive.
The Vols are threatening on 1st and goal. In the red area, it's Bishop. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
So on offense, you've got to find a way to put 6 up on the board. You know that in this game, field goals may not get it done. So big-time players make big plays in big games. Who can you rely on right now to get you a touchdown?
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step 1 to getting them back in the ballgame.
Ready to try the point after.
Is on for the extra point.
Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. So a drive there of 85 yards and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, they're trying to go toss to the field and get that running back out into space to use his speed, but the defense looked like they were already lined up expecting that play, and they force a negative.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Throwing Mack. Oh, they're after him. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Neyland Stadium alive. A cauldron of orange noise on 3rd down. The give on the option. He'll be dragged down right at the 19-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not a lot of room to field this one. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. Wide receiver going in motion. Off play action on first down. Fires on the move. On target over the middle. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Another big play on the outside, and that's the thing that historically has gotten Rocky Top rolling.
Yeah, so much fun to watch playmakers outside that they can run by you and go make big plays. Opens up the whole field, the whole offense, and this Orange fan base goes absolutely bananas.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Keep it on the ground. Makes it past the marker. Brought down at the 25-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup, and this offense is threatening.
Really nice resiliency by the running back. Sometimes you just got to be able to turn the page, right? You have a tackle for loss the previous play, they give it right back to you, and you make the defense pay. Good vision, good athleticism picking up that first. Why not give it to him again?
Finds the tight end. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them, they're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation, and beautiful throw out in front of the target.
Makes a grab. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The run inside. It's Bishop. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
He has stopped well short of the first down, but they are still in field goal range, assuming they send the kicker out there.
A couple things I loved about this defense. They didn't get deterred. They gave up some yards, got all the way down here near the goal line, but now bowing their necks up, big stop on 3rd down, forcing a 4th down opportunity ahead.
And they decide to trot out the kicker. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. That cuts into this deficit. It's now 20-10.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They'll go play action with Mack. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And what a play and what a return as he takes it all the way back inside the 10.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, you know, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to kind of get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
And the offense suddenly with an opportunity it couldn't have expected with a 1st and goal after the pick. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing a 3rd down and goal.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. He's already put 3 on the board earlier, this time a 38-yard try. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. They pulled a little closer, now down 20-13.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over, and while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. They'll go play action with Mack. Looking left. It's caught downfield. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And you know, Alabama at the quarterback spot, obviously, you need that great player. When they've had the great player, these teams have been really, really great. The last couple years, man, you've kind of seen the inconsistencies come out at that spot. So finding that next guy, critically important.
It is critically important. I think what's interesting about Alabama at that quarterback spot, too, is a lot of other programs, they reload the position through the portal. But when you think about Alabama, they kind of grow it internally from guys they've recruited who have waited their turn and then finally show up. Ty Simpson was one of those guys. He waited his turn year after year to get his opportunity, and I think they feel like they've got the guys inside the building already that can take over the spot and lead this team to a national championship.
They'll run it out of the shotgun.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Austin Mack. Here's the pressure. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You got to be able to blitz, but get home. It's one thing to blitz just to blitz, but you got to find a way, slip through those cracks. Nice job by the defense. The QB had no clue. He was hanging in there, trying to be tough. Got hit as he threw the football, forced the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
Kick is in the air. All the way back to the 15. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Tennessee starts this drive as the offense takes the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Bishop.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running a football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Keeps it on the bootleg. Under fire. He's sacked. This defense all over him. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break.
Hey, man, it's fun to watch a defense that really knows how to pressure the quarterback and that have guys that can win up front. That's the 4th sack of the day. We're still in the first half, but they got a bunch of guys up front that twist and stunt and move and know how to rush the passer. This offense has got to find a way to get the ball out quicker and protect better up front.
Tackle is made at the 40. Offense facing 4th down.
So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. He's going to have to break out the thunderfoot on this one, a 57-yard attempt. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Pulls it on the option. Pickup of 5. It's now 2nd and 5.
And this option attack can lull you to sleep sometimes. I mean, just so many things they can do off of it, and you just got to play responsibility, and you got to get them on the ground and make tackles. And that was a good job limiting the damage on that play with a nice tackle.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Mack makes the catch. He stopped right at the 50-yard line, but they'll move the chains. It's 1st down. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to throw. It's Mack. Fires to the middle. He makes a catch. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. Alabama calls its 2nd timeout of the half. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Austin Mack fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And they'll run the field goal unit back out there. This kicker has already banged a couple through. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Number 45, set to kick it away.
On the run from inside his own 5. He made the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connor.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. This wideout is enjoying a stellar day. 2 of those catches in the first half were 2 of the better grabs I've seen all season. And, of course, his overall stat line is helping the only stat that really matters, the scoreboard.
They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it, and what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this guy's been beat like a drum. He's been hit, sacked a bunch of times already, and another hit right here. I'm literally looking at my offensive line and be like, dude, I need some more time. You got to protect me better than this. Give me a chance to complete some passes.
On third down, he drops to throw. Lets it fly. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Man, that is such great third down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that first down, but nice timing. Sometimes guys get there just a little bit early, get the pass interference, but that was right on time to make the hit and dislodge that football.
Let's see what he can do with it. Makes a move. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. Takes a handoff. It's Hill. Picks up the first down. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
Right back to the well. Fights off a defender. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit out, sir.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll try the counter. Might have a chance. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
He breaks a tackle. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
The noise level is relentless here on 2nd down. Now here's Mack. Under fire. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
Sometimes you beat your guy and you get sacked so clean, and sometimes, like on this play, the DBs do a great job covering, make the QB hold the football, and then the rush gets home.
Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Throwing Mack. Bringing the heat. And they got him.
You know, when you go dime personnel package, you've got extra DBs in the game, so it's harder to throw if you're the quarterback. There's just not as many windows. They've got more guys in coverage. You're expecting to at least have a little bit more time, but your offensive line, man, they just couldn't hold up.
So here comes the field goal unit once again. They've already kicked 3 tonight. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Smashes it between the uprights. And that lead grows even bigger.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
Number 45, set to kick this one away.
On the move from inside his 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage.